Hello Libra, welcome to the Black-Hearted Oracle. Now before we get started, I'd like to thank Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course my beautiful ancestors. Now, what you see before you is the second part of your four-part reading of the Rod and Staff. This one is soul guidance, so let's get started. You have Coral Wisdom in reverse, and it is colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over a great period of time. And the next one you have is guide, mentor, trustworthy ally. And as you notice, this is in reverse. The next message you have is fox, proper eating habits, guided to the fairy realm, magic, shape-shifting, be still, quiet, and invisibility. The next message you have is meadow, and it's vulnerability, and it says the meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space is terrifying, and in an expansive meadow like this, we may feel exposed and defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. But for others, walking through a meadow can be an exquisitely satisfying experience. We can feel comfortable in the openness and visibility. This is vulnerability built on foundation of trust rather than fear. The capacity to trust your own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings, and even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are. The truth you know in your heart and soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditional fears of letting others know who you really are. Yes, others may judge, evaluate, criticize, and perhaps even put you down. These are very real possibilities. Yet, by trusting that you have the strength to deal with these reactions rather than responding adaptively and always playing it safe, you can more confidently allow yourself to be vulnerable. Always holding back from expressing your truth can create an illusion of safety. But armed with your trust and your faith, you can choose to be vulnerable and share your authentic self with the world. Now, you have a few messages from the Sacred Vision deck, and it's two. The first one is 2, self-worth, gossip. And it says, trust your abilities and self-worth. To hear and understand words is very simple, but speaking words is a great responsibility because the words have power in every syllable. You can hurt or even destroy people with the sound and meaning of words. They are symbols of the sacred ability to create illusion and darkness beyond compare. The parrot repeats your words back to you. Are you listening? Gossip is like the pond that produced the reflection of Narcissus and made him fall in love with himself. Is that why we gossip? Because our reflection is not good enough to be loved? Everything in the universe is a teacher for all who are open to observe and learn. Yet far too many expound on trivial observations without seeing or comprehending the big picture. Though everything is a product of its environment, we humans are blessed with free will, a mind to digest, learn, and act independently, further empowering ourselves and increasing our enlightenment. We are not here to merely parrot, mimic others. Trust your abilities and self-worth and stay true to your own sacred path. The next message is observe, and it's border patrol. A great teaching is in the watching your mind process and do nothing at all. Be a stalker of your mind. Watch thoughts passing by with no judgment or moral concept. The knack of meditation and the rest of the warrior spirit is to simply watch. For example, to observe this painting, feel the tone of the colors, experience, and passion behind the ancient symbols. And move into the spirit from which it is created. Sense the movement of air from the hummingbird's wings and impeccably of its nature. He is a great warrior beyond compare, as are you. Hummingbirds are extremely territorial, passionately defending their airspace. Medicine bundles are symbols reminding the owner of proper thought and action. As guardians of our own airspace, we too must exude the passion, grace, and beauty of the hummingbird. The next one is Buffalo. The next one is 20 Intent Game of Thrones. And it says, hear the herds of buffalo thundering in the distance as they run, carving the path for buffaloes to come. Like them, you are an echo of the ones who walked before you, and you will one day be gone from this place. What will be your legacy? In the mystery, you begin to feel the glory of existence of the great white buffalo and the prairie dog alike. Both are powerful in their own way. You begin to sing your songline, a harmony of feeling and experience that create your unique story. If you have outgrown your stories, change them and make them better. Trust that inspiration will come to you. Imagine your perfect self, your perfected self. Seek the strength of your intent and your ability to love and forgive yourself. When evening comes, give thanks for the awareness that you have found. Be reborn into a new sense of well-being and perfection. Sing the new song that comes from your heart. Listen to the echo of your voice in the canyons as the sounds play with the air. The eagles screech on high. You are food of echoes. It is law, and it has always been that way. Now the next messages come from the Abundance Angels deck, and the first one is energy. To increase your energy and manifestation ability. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels. And the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising, and it becomes its own reward. The next one is organize for success, and it says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. The next one is gratitude list, and it's counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. The next one is sever vows of poverty, and it says, dear one, there is no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made, consciously or unconsciously in this lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. The next message you have is Knight of Fire, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. And the last message you have is 23 from the Black Carded Oracle, and it's betrayer, cheater, sadly of self. Finger outstretched, pointing, looking for someone to blame, all the while refuting the knowledge your intuition gave. You're so aware of the signs, the facts have been stacked and stacked, but for some damn reason you keep going back. So at this point, those knives that are jammed in your back are really your own. No one to blame, no reason to be sad or mad. When you deny the intuition's rightful place in your lives and dismiss our own truths, we become victim and violator of our own nature. How long will you betray your own path? How long will you cheat your higher self out of the life it deserves? So right now, this is telling you that whatever you're building, it hasn't been built on a solid ground. And maybe you're starting something new where you're going to need a guide or a mentor to help you with. But within this time, you should be still. Because these two cards, to me, they go together because the fox and the meadow are one and the same. So you should really be thinking about how you view vulnerability. How do you show up in the world as your authentic self? You know, what is your self-worth? Do you feel the need to put down someone else in order to raise your vibrations to yourself? You know, what's going on? What's your intent? What do you observe in life? And whatever vows of poverty you have, you need to sever them. And deal with gratitude, because gratitude is here for you if you're willing to take it. And you're going to have to be passionate on this adventure that you're going. But you cannot betray yourself. Whatever it is that you want, don't betray yourself. Be true to yourself. To thy own self be true. The next message you have is Candy Cane Angel, and I'm just going to lay out the cards because I tried to do this reading before, but I ran out of time, so I'm doing it over. And it's number 37, and it's time for a treat. It says, it is time for some little luxuries that will reconnect you with your self-love and self-worth. She too holds back from giving to herself. She is such an earnest and industrious little angel. It's time for some fun. You feel guilty about giving yourself pleasure. Can I bring myself to just sit down and taste every moment? I have to wonder if it's the right time. If I have done enough to earn this treat. Wonder why I should get this when so many do not have a single candy cane for themselves. I torment myself. Next time you ponder a gift to yourself, a massage, a treat, a spiritual workshop, a delicious meal, time to laugh with a friend, a long rest or nap, meditation time, or space clearing. When you energetically tell yourself, I am way too busy for that indulgence, you are really saying, I do not deserve that. When you are energetically telling yourself you are way too busy for indulgence, you are really saying, I do not deserve that. Give yourself that which you have been denying yourself. You do deserve it. It is definitely time to have a treat, to give yourself the thing that you have been putting off until you have worked hard enough or saved enough money, done without long enough. Tip over into almost habitual denial. You truly deserve some pleasure. In whatever form you have been denying yourself, do not rationalize or talk yourself out of it any longer. Go have some fun, some delight, some tasty treats in the form of food, clothing, luxuries, and experiences. They are necessary for your growth. Step out of the consciousness of lack into the consciousness of I deserve and grant yourself this lovely moment of luxury. It is time for some enjoyment to restage your grand entrance into your life. Now, exactly, as it is saying, think about your self-worth, because you need to sever any vows of poverty that you're having. You know, you cannot betray yourself, because right now you can balance the masculine and the feminine energies in your financial world. But you have to rest so you can get over this backstabbing and betrayal and these Five of Pentacles energies that's having you crying over, well, feeling left out in the cold. You know, if you can rest and deal with these issues, because, I mean, if you think about the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords leaves Six Swords. So with Six of Swords is you walking away from turbulent times and going into calmer waters because you have discovered your self-worth. The next message comes from the same lady with the Bosch egg. And number 31. It says, Ancient Wisdom. The lady with the Bosch egg is one in this lifetime who has been chosen to keep safe and sometimes secret deep esoteric knowledge. Throughout history's most troubled times, there have always been courageous beings ensuring that sacred knowledge was kept alive. There will always be those brave souls who will take the knowledge represented by the Bosch egg, camouflage it, and keep it safe so that at a later time, when the world is finally ready, we can all learn. I have done what I can to safeguard this treasure from the sacred library. I will keep it safe, record its wisdom, and ensure that these truths stay alive for future times. I hope that you understand the history and knowledge you crave, and respect and acknowledge the freedom of the times you now live in. Do the work yourself. It may be that at some point in time, you too will find my egg, that you are the person chosen to speak of the knowledge others thought was lost, or you too are a guardian of wisdom. Know when to keep silent. Know what to keep to yourself. Know that some secrets come to light at the right time. It may feel to you that you are receiving wisdom from ancient sources and that some of its energies may feel unfamiliar to you, even dark. Exploring at this time something to do with the Renaissance, medieval times, understanding that the knowledge was brought through to you. Learn all that you can. Explore esoteric symbology, history of magic, spirituality. Know now that while you are safe, you may wish to keep silent about certain practices. Exactly. So it's saying that you may think that the things that you're being drawn to are really of this devil energy, but what it really is an abundance of creativity and the manifestation ability to bring that forth. And whether this is you stepping into the white and the black arts, that's up to you. But what it is saying is that you are the magician and you are able to create these things. Because I know they always say that the Empress is counterpart to the Emperor. But to me, really and truly, on a spiritual level, the Empress is counterpart to the magician. Because they are both manifestors and creators. The next one is Autumn is My Last Chance. Please don't lose hope. And it's number 6. Lost and lonely, this fragile little being has an apple of life. Wisdom, she has hoped, although it is fading fast. All buttoned up against the cold, bleak autumn landscape offers no warmth or comfort, but she holds the source of hope and life itself. She can sustain herself until the frostbound landscape thaws. She can save the seeds from her feast and plant them in the warming ground so she need never go hungry again. The rewards of this act will continue far into the future, far beyond her lifetime. She is holding the source of hope, but is almost afraid to bite into it. It seems she is saving it for a rainy day, or for when she has no other choice. Soon she will realize what she has herself and turn to it for sustenance and comfort. I keep waiting for help, for hope to come, but all about me is cold. I cannot find what I am looking for, and indeed I can barely remember what it is I was in search for before I got so lost. Time to stop relying on others for that comfort, warmth, and sustenance that only true self-love can bring. Waiting for others to give you what you need will be a long and lonely, bone-chilling wait at this time. Look at what you already have, turn to it, and feast on it. Learn to love and appreciate the apple in your hands, and save the seeds of self-love and plant them. The gift of wisdom comes self-love, comes abundance, comes the knowledge that you are the person you deserve to care for and love your own self. Committing to helping yourself. Then you will be free of the need for approval, shelter, and rescue. There is only one true rescue, and it comes with the miracle of self-life. Now, as you can see, what this is saying is, if you're in a space where you are doubting that you are enough, you're deceiving yourself. You're not being truthful to yourself, and you're deceiving yourself. So if you're waiting on other people to come in and rescue you, you need to stop it. Because only you can give you the life that you deserve. And this is the truth, but you're denying it. You know, and you're in a place of deceiving yourself, but you really need to stop. Enlightenment, the 7 of Staffs, the 5 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 8 of Wands. The opportunity to make an enlightened decision is inherent with Topaz. A journey of true destiny is the vibrational energy here. Regal gold and earthly bronze mix, earthly brown mix to create something spectacular. Your experience will guide others. If I seek peace, I must embrace my fears. My thoughts always drive my choices. How can I use my thoughts to heal myself? Path to enlightenment, the reluctant sage, taking time alone to connect, trusting your intuition, needing solitude time for reflection, support, courage, and confidence. So as it's saying, stand your ground. Because whatever you're going through, it's going to, even if you're going through these petty energies, because this to me is a petty Betty, right? Boldly move forward and send these messages of enlightenment, because it says that your path will enlighten others. But what's going to happen is that you're going to have to stand up for these, because you are on a higher ground of enlightenment. But you're going to have to harness your dark and your light energies in order to be able to send these messages. The next one that you have is impasse, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Staffs, and the Empress. What is done is done. This card can indicate an end of a great emotional upset. The power to change direction for the better is supported in rest. Your angels appear to protect you in the long run. This is a detour, not a no. Be in the here and now. Things will change. Go where you are led for now. Okay. It says this path is obstructed. Reroute. This is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse. But the goal is still here. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. How adaptable am I? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? Changes of direction, regroup, refocus, protection from harm, guardian angels, wisdom, opportunity, and surrender. So exactly, it's saying that if you're at a point in your life where you keep hitting a wall, no matter what, you just keep hitting a wall, then maybe it's time for you to choose a new direction. And what this is saying is, I mean, I always say, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, you need to be the 9 of Pentacles. Regardless. But if you're in a relationship and it's come to a point where you are going to end up single, what it's telling you is if you can stand firmly on your square and go through this transformation that's running through this person's legs, you know, if you can go through that, what will happen is that you'll end up to the 6 of Staffs, which is victory and success, and the Empress, which is abundance. It's delays will prove necessary. Exactly with the impasse. I mean, normally they don't even say that for the Empress, but what this is saying, Empress is abundance. It's creation, you know. So regardless if you're at this point of impasse, it's necessary at this point. Now you have recovery, the Ace of Cups in reverse, the 3 of Cups, the Hermit. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to rush through this because I don't want it to go over as it always does. Okay. It says, Lilac offers detached as you allow yourself to see the big picture. That, I mean, what once maybe have been immaturity is now about growing into a new partnership with Spirit. Step back and allow the angels to bring healing to you. Pain from past unlocks the door of understanding. Once the key has been used to open the door, you will have new way of living. One without keys. Where you are heading, there are no locks. It is time to recover a part of me that has been dormant. Am I ready to live an inspired future? Facing fears, wounding is strength, courage to face pain, awakening greatness, geniusness, regeneration, and understanding. So as you can see here as well, it's saying that you're going to recover from this lack of self-love that you've been overindulging in other people to give. You know, because when you're at a place where you're not, where your cup is empty, and you're seeking for others to give you this fulfillment, you're going to end up in a place where you need to recover. But what's going to happen is that you're going to become the hermit and seek your healing. And you're going to do it boldly and swiftly. Now the next is dissipating. I don't think I have time to read from the book, so I'm just going to do it off cuff. Okay. Dissipating speaks of always speaking about your dreams and never actually taking the actions to do them. But what's going to happen right now is that this one is a sneaky person who's always just sneaky. They just always are no good, you know, but what it's causing is heartache. So even if this sneaky person thinks that they're causing heartache to someone else, what's really happening though is these 3 swords that he's sneakily picking up, thinking that he's holding his truth and making a decision that's best for him, is really going to cause his own heartache. But what's going to end up happening is that he finally, through this heartache, he's going to start thinking about his ships coming in. And as you can see right here, the Knight of Staffs is the ships coming in, because the world is changing. Lastly, we have wisdom, the 3 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. So through your experiences that you've had or that you're going to be having, you'll bring yourself to a place of celebration, you know, a place of wish fulfillment, and your 10 of Pentacles. But you're going to have to make sure that remember there was a card with enlightenment that spoke of the reluctant sage, and the sage plants are here again. So what it's telling you is, like, you're going to have to make sure that you're observant and your self-worth is leading you, because you cannot get to this 10 of Pentacles and allow it to last without the proper self-worth. And you have to observe the wisdom that you've gained through your life experiences to lead and guide you. Now, Libra, I thank you so much for coming to the Black-Hearted Oracle. I pray this message finds you well, and I hope that you find your higher self in the quiet places, and may Ma'at hold you in her loving grace. Ashe.